Thank you for being with me today. Today in our session, we're going back a little bit toward the topic that we discussed before. We talked about transition, all right, from Virginia to Jacksonville. So um, basically, at this point, what's been going on with you in school?
Well, my grades are kind of going, well, yes, they're going down, but at the same time they're going up.
All right, all right. So what's happening with those grades that are going down?
Well, the subject is math and science, and I haven't really been doing my homework, and I've been failing my.
All right. So now, when you're talking about homework, what about the homework is difficult for you?
Um, I mean, some of the math I don't understand, um, but the science, okay. Our teacher, he's he's a specific guy, so if you just give one answer, he's not going to accept it. He's going to want more than one answer. And I've been doing the science homework, but it's not enough for him. He wants more.
So you like you got to try and meet the expectations of the teacher.
Yes,
So is that sometimes a little hard, a little struggle for you?
yes. It's very hard for me to do, especially when he doesn't be very specific when he's talking.
Okay. Well, what about your other subject that you're not doing well in?
Science or math?
Yeah, math.
Math. Okay. Well, math, like I said in the last session, he doesn't explain it the way I can understand. Um, and then when our co-teacher comes in later on, it's like she's there nearly at the end of
Uh,
the class period because we have lunch. So then um, she's only there for like 10 minutes, and um, when she's there, she's either working with other struggling students or um, she's walking around, she's writing stuff down, um, and that's pretty much it.
so basically, you're not necessarily getting the time that you think that you should be getting with, the person that should be helping
Yes,
you. Okay. So academically, things are going down a little bit, but then also you talked about some things that were actually on the positive side. What were they?
yes. It was reading, well, it still is. Um, it's history. History, um, on a test I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, I got a 71C, but it was the extra credit that actually got the C. So my extra credit wasn't really good, but I had to write a paragraph about I guess Mesopotamia, and the highest limit is 95. She can only give us a 95, so I guess I got a 95 on my
Which is
test.
great. Which is great.
And then reading yesterday was so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was an A, and then ability. Okay. I was absent for like 2 days, but then I couldn't really. Okay, I got very sick on Thursday, and I couldn't get out of bed on Sunday, so I couldn't really. I wasn't there on Monday, so I couldn't really um, ask for the te- ask for the teachers what I should do, and
Did you say that sometimes you are at a high level? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you depressed? Or maybe sometimes are you angry? Like, what emotion do you really kind of see yourself at like throughout the day?
Um, I have mixed emotions. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm angry because I don't want to be there. And sometimes I'm happy because either, okay, some days I get nothing done.
Okay, well let's hold on for a second. So I want to reflect, basically, the emotion that you give me. So you told me that sometimes you might feel angry. So, what about school makes you angry?
Makes me angry because, okay, to me and to some of my friends, we think school isn't necessary because, um,
Being happy during the day, are you happy?
mostly when I get stuff done, when I get stuff done, then I don't have any homework, or when I get stuff half done, meaning I only have like 3 or 4 questions. So I feel positive.
Okay. All right. So what I want you to do, I'm going to give you a statement, and I want you to tell me how do you feel, or what the statement means to you. So I want you to read this right.
Okay. No student ever attains their no student ever attains their eminent eminent success by simply doing what is required of him. It is the amount of excellence of what it is over and above the required that determines the greatness of ultimate position.
All right. What do you think of that? What do you think?
No student should ever. Okay. If you have somebody, okay, if I have somebody near me, and they distract me, I just try to build myself up.
Right.
Um, 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 I should be doing what I'm supposed to do. Um, um, I should feel very good. I'm doing something. I'm doing it right.
Right. Which is great. So also you talked about chorus. How's that going?
Oh well, I guess I'm quitting.
You're quitting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have to quit because of my grades and because of my behavior at home and at school.
Mm-hmm. All right, which is understandable because chorus is elective.
It's not well. It's based on your responsibility. It's like the teacher decides. So if you're gonna get recognition, then obviously you get it.
Okay. All right. Also, you talked about positive praise. What's been going on with that? Have your teachers still been giving you positive praise in the classroom?
Sometimes. Yeah. I guess today was a pretty good day in math, which other days it's really not good because I'm off task a lot, and I feel like I'm always on my teacher's bad side, which I want to feel like I want to be that student where your teacher feels good.
Yeah.
But I want to be on my teacher's good side.
All right. Well, now let's talk about what can we do to get on their good side.
Okay. Well, doing my homework, paying attention in class, not fidgeting around, actually not distracting others or letting other people distract me, asking a lot of questions.
Okay, good. Well, now also you talked about your career goals and possibly wanting to get into acting, actors. Which is great. So, when you make this transition from Jacksonville to Virginia, are you going to try and get into drama?
Um, yep, I'm gonna try to, but I'm a little scared because sometimes when I get in front of people, I just choke.
Sure.
So that's really gonna be very kind of little.
Well, what could you do to work on this?
I guess maybe like okay. Um, I'm not sure.
Could you practice maybe like a monologue, like say like maybe your favorite part from a movie, you speak it and you articulate it loud with emotion. You know what I mean? Like maybe your favorite part that you just want to say, and you just do it word for word.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. Maybe I could practice that in front of like my friends.
Okay. Or someone you trust and you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Well, good, good. Well, um, that's pretty positive. So I mean, as far as the future is concerned, or let's just think about this now. In a perfect world, what do you see, or what would give you the signs that Jordan is successful? What if in a perfect world, if you would close your eyes and you wake up the next day, what would you want to be different?
I would want everything to be different. I would want my my social life to be different, my school life to be different. I just want everything to be different.
Now, when you say different, how so?
Um, I guess you could say for all
Yeah, all of them. How do you think be different? Like for me, if things were different for me, maybe I could focus a little more, maybe prioritize a little better, not waste time, things like that. So how would you know life be different?
um well I'm saying short.
Or you can elaborate. You don't have to be short.
Okay. Well I could do my homework, which I'm trying to do. Um study.
Mm-hmm.
To study more. Like I said, I've been kind of studying since I haven't been doing my homework.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been doing my books on, and in my social life I could get out more but not be out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, if you were to take anything away from what we discussed today, what would you take away?
Um that um maybe you in the last three videos, including this one, uh, when I talk, I noticed that uh, when I say my grades have been going up and then being going down and then going up, um, I want to change that. Um, I want to be better about my behavior and just be responsible in schoolwork and
Okay. So and to think about these sessions, not necessarily just to correct you on what you think you may be doing wrong, is to bring awareness to, your thoughts. Are your thoughts rational, or what you're doing, or how do you feel as far as being aware of what's going on? Because a lot of times, sometimes people don't really understand why things aren't going the way that they should. So that's really what the goal of the session is, to make sure that you're aware. And once you're able to come up with those answers, on your own, not necessarily just me telling you, maybe you're able to actually exercise or use those things that we come up with together. Okay, so we're, like I said, we're collaborating. All right. So, there anything else that you'd like to discuss?
no, not really, no.
All right. Well, thank you for meeting with me, Ms. Skeeter, and I appreciate it. We will conclude this session. All right. Thank you.